Ladies and gentlemen, in a world where we're encouraged to be ourselves, sometimes the most powerful choice is to protect certain parts of who we truly are. We live in a time where our personal lives, thoughts, and feelings are so often exposed, displayed, and even critiqued, leading us to question what it really means to be authentic. Some may say we owe the world full transparency, but there's an underrated strength in keeping some parts of ourselves unshared, guarded, and private. From childhood, we're told to wear our hearts on our sleeves, to share openly, and to be honest with others. Yet life teaches us quickly that not everyone who asks about our story truly cares, and not everyone who sees our vulnerabilities has our best interests at heart. The reality is that people interpret, judge, and often misunderstand what they don't fully know. They might twist our words, question our actions, or assume intentions that aren't really ours. So it's only natural to wonder, why give anyone the power to misunderstand us in the first place? In today's hyper-connected world, we see others at what feels like their most open and intimate. Social media captures snapshots of lives curated to appear open and unfiltered. But behind those snapshots lies the real truth. Most people share only what they're willing to be judged on. Even those who seem the most candid are in fact guarding certain truths, secrets, and insecurities. And that's okay. Our private moments, our quiet struggles, our deepest fears, they don't belong to the world. They belong to us. Now, some may say that concealing parts of ourselves is dishonest or untrustworthy, but I believe that it's an act of self-preservation. Choosing not to share everything is not the same as being untrue, rather. It's setting healthy boundaries. By keeping parts of ourselves private, we prevent others from reducing us to a single aspect of our complex identity. We've all experienced moments where we were open with someone only for them to use our own words against us or exploit our vulnerabilities. Trust is precious and should be reserved for those who have earned it, and that trust isn't necessarily extended to everyone we meet. Protecting the real you is, in many ways, a sign of self-respect. There is an allure in mystery, a strength in quietness. Sometimes when you keep certain aspects of yourself hidden, it's not out of fear or insecurity. It's a form of strength. You're choosing what others can reach, what parts of you they're allowed to see and judge. Because when you expose everything, you become vulnerable to manipulation, to deceit, and sometimes to disrespect. As humans, we are multi-layered. We have parts of us that are joyful and lighthearted, but we also carry shadows, complexities, and burdens that not everyone can understand. There's a story behind each scar, each achievement, each smile, stories that don't need to be shared just to validate our experiences or prove our worth. Sometimes the most significant moments of growth happen quietly. Imagine a plant's roots. They grow deep and strong beneath the surface, unseen by the world. Similarly, the parts of us that we choose to keep hidden are often the very foundations that make us resilient, grounded, and complete. Moreover, there's a certain beauty in allowing others to slowly discover who we are rather than showing them everything all at once. Relationships, both personal and professional, benefit from mystery and gradual revelation. When you let others learn about you over time, each layer becomes more valuable. It adds depth to the connection and prevents misunderstandings. When we choose to reveal certain parts of ourselves selectively, it's like a story unfolding one page at a time, each chapter richer than the last. And in this way, people come to know not just facts about us, but the essence of who we are. Another key aspect to consider is that people change. The person you are today may not be who you are tomorrow. By keeping some of our inner world private, we allow ourselves the freedom to evolve without being bound to others' expectations. There's a pressure in being known, a pressure to stay consistent with the image others have of us, even when we feel ourselves growing away from it. By holding back parts of who we are, we free ourselves from these invisible chains and allow ourselves to transform without limitation or judgment. Then there's the issue of mental and emotional safety. Each of us has moments of vulnerability, doubt, and fear. Sharing these with others can be a beautiful thing if the other person is supportive, kind, and understanding. But not everyone can provide that. Some may use what we share to hurt us, while others may unintentionally add to our burdens. Keeping certain aspects of ourselves hidden allows us to process our thoughts and emotions in peace, to confront our fears on our own terms, and to heal without external interference. Protecting your inner world is not selfish. It's a way of honoring your personal journey and acknowledging that not everyone is equipped to walk alongside you in your struggles. And finally, by not showing everyone the real you, you empower yourself. When people see only what you allow, they have no power over your true self. They cannot define you, control you, or predict you. This is where true strength lies, in knowing who you are without the need for external validation, and in holding back parts of yourself not out of fear, but as an affirmation of self-worth. To those who feel pressured to always be open or real in front of others, know that it's okay to hold back. You are not less genuine for keeping parts of yourself hidden. You are not weak for choosing who gets to see the real you. You are simply recognizing that your inner self is a treasure, not to be given freely to anyone who asks. It is not dishonesty to protect your soul, your essence, from the world's scrutiny. It is wisdom. It's a way of taking control over how much power others have over your emotions, over your self-image, and ultimately over your life. In a world that constantly demands more access, more openness, more transparency, choosing privacy can be the ultimate form of freedom. So be wise about who you let in. Let people see enough to connect, to trust, to love, but remember that you are under no obligation to expose the real you to anyone. Hold on to your mysteries, keep your strength within, and let your soul grow in silence, unseen but deeply rooted. In the end, remember that we don't need the world's understanding or approval to be who we are. We don't need everyone to know our stories or see our scars. There is a power in restraint, a wisdom in privacy, and a freedom in embracing the parts of ourselves that are meant to remain ours alone.